city. Heiden knocks down the mid-range. A two-player combo for Stuelke and Heiden. In the final seconds of the quarter, Feuerbach finds space. Banks it home! We hit the halfway point of the fourth, and Heiden in deep. Iowa has made their last 6 from the floor. And a reason to smile on their senior day here at Iowa. 62-44. They bank another top 10 win on this floor.
Iowa's recent win over Michigan, nothing short of a defensive masterpiece. Fewest points allowed in program history against an AP top 10 opponent, and just the third victory over a top 10 opponent in the last 25 years by 18 points or more. Note to the opposition: do not mess with Jensen at home. The Iowa head coach 7-2 against ranked teams at Carver Hawkeye. And Jensen is kind enough to join us for today's big interview. Hey, Jen, I want to start there because heading into that game, Michigan had been scoring at a crazy clip. In their previous 6, they had averaged almost 90. You basically kept them to half that number. How did you do it?
Well, I think our players, the credit to them, they really understood the scouting report. And, I love how Michigan plays. Kim Barnes-Orico and her staff, so much respect, and she's a friendly colleague. And watching them, they just run so fast in transition. And they love to go. If they can score within, 5-7 seconds, she's going to let them, and they got amazing scorers. So we were just trying to really slow that down. The first test was hold it for 7 seconds, and then your reward is to try to stop their sets for the remaining 23. And I just thought Kylie Feuerbach and Chit-Chat Wright, they had the assignments of Silas Swartz and Olivia Olson. But I'm telling you, that whole lineup is tough. So we knew the matchups. Carver Hawkeye Arena, our crowd was rocking. Both teams were a little tight to start the game and really were focusing on our D, but I think our players really knew the scout, and we're ready to go.
Jan, what's been the collective strength of this particular group this season?
I think that it's an interesting group because we're younger than we're older. We're led certainly by Hannah Stuelke and Kylie Feuerbach with their seasoned senior, and God bless Taylor McCabe. She's was just one of our best shooters. Had an injury about 3 weeks ago now, but she's still leading. But then the rest of the crew is mostly sophomores and freshmen that are really playing some huge minutes. And I think the strength of this group of, we've talked a lot about passing the baton. It may not be your time in a game. So you got to pass the baton to who's ever hot or who's got the best defensive matchup. And, you may not get in, but maybe it's always your turn during practice. But they've really been pretty selfless, and they've been just really eager. And they show up every day, and they're willing to just do whatever it takes and allowing whomever's turn it is to do whatever it takes. And, that's a pretty fun way to play. And it's a really fun group to coach when they're operating like that.
And obviously you're able to do that because you're so deep. One of the very few teams in the country that have 10 players averaging double-digit minutes. On your part, how intentional is that, and how big of a benefit can that be, especially at this time of the year?
Yeah, I think it will shorten a little bit this time of year because now you're getting into the nitty-gritty. There's not as many teams that maybe you can get as many minutes for some of your younger kids or resting. Sometimes you just have to make sure that you got to figure it out with those 5 that have started. But I think that's really been key. Those minutes can keep us hopefully a little fresher now. And we have the confidence if we have to go deep, whether it's foul trouble or we just need to rest, that, the kids have gotten in earlier and they should have a confidence, whether they're in for 2 to 3 minutes to spell an Ava Heiden, or if they're in longer stretches, that they know they've been there. They have the confidence to continue to do it. So I do think that's been really huge for us.
Jen, there's no question Ava Heiden has taken a huge step this year, one of the biggest leaps, not just in the Big Ten, maybe one of the biggest leaps in the entire country. How has she done so?
Just a wonderful story of work ethic and ascension and understanding what it takes. Ava will tell you, there was a beautiful article written in the Des Moines Register, and she was really upfront and honest with the reporter, Chad Leistekow, and she was just saying how last year she was frustrated and she, wanted to play more. And, when we'd meet, and Randy Henderson, her post coach too, is like, the steps. And finally, she just really got in the gym, she said, and just really attacked it. And then started to understand what it takes. And then she really hit, her stride in the Big Ten tournament last year. Had some nice minutes in that and then in the NCAAs. But this summer, she got a taste and then knew what was expected and what was needed to really excel. And she has grown by leaps and bounds. And I'm so proud of her. And she's just a great example of, understanding that what you think will happen, it's always not as easy. And understanding that you have to really grow and get out of your comfort zone. And I think Ava is really potentially just beginning. She's really starting to understand angles, really trying to work for positioning, a pass or two ahead. And I love how she's really leaning into more of a vocal leadership on the court. So I'm just proud of her and just so thankful that she's a Hawk.
Jan, you mentioned Hannah Stuelke a couple of times. Obviously, we've followed her throughout her outstanding Iowa career. She continues to quietly do her thing and just put up numbers game after game. Yeah. What has she meant to this program and to you personally?
Yeah. Hannah's like a daughter. She came to our camps when she was little, homegrown hero, 20 minutes away. And ironically, her mother played at Illinois State. When Lisa Bluter, Jenny Fitzgerald, and myself were at Drake, we recruited her mom a little bit. And when her mom walked into a camp one time with Hannah, it was then I put it all together and I was like, Joanna Stuelke. And then it was just kind of fun, right? Because, you do this long enough, you start to run into things like that. But Hannah's just, plays with a joy, that smile she plays with, but also with that edge and that, and one, that leadership, that intensity. And it is funny because sometimes her numbers aren't as gaudy, right? Occasionally they can be. But her presence inside with her ability to rebound and just the way she carries herself, but her defense. She's an elite defender, and so is Kylie. And so when those two are kind of, hitting on all cylinders, that kind of sets the tone for everybody else's defense. But Hannah being a local hero, our fan base is just, I believe, the best in the country. I might be a bit biased, but I don't think I'm too far off. They fall in love with Hannah, and Hannah loves them right back, as does our whole team. But Hannah, means everything to this program. She's the kind of the heart and soul, and we just want to keep extending this year as long as possible for her as a senior, as well as, Kylie and Taylor.
You bring up those amazing fans, and it is Fan Appreciation Night on Thursday night. Now, I know officially Senior Day was the Michigan game, but this is the final home game of the regular season. And it's very likely that you'll host in the NCAA tournament as well. I understand all that. But for those seniors and those players who will play their final regular season home game inside Carver Hawkeye on Thursday, how do they kind of manage the emotions of that and still deal with playing well against an Illinois team that is also trending toward being in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think that's every coach's balance, right? And, a lot of us as coaches, when you have a weekend game, you're doing your senior public recognition because of the family travel. Taylor McCabe's family's 4 hours away in Nebraska. Kylie Furbach's, they're coming 3 hours-ish from Illinois. And instead of, the Illinois game is at an 8 o'clock start time, Central. So by the time that we're done, there's really not even any time to go have a cup of coffee or, dinner. We're not out of the gym till 11. So hopefully we can take the energy and emotion we had on Sunday and center it just right when the ball tips. It is nice to hope that we can host, but I think there's a long ways to go until we can confidently host, right? We want to take care of business Thursday and then Sunday at Wisconsin. And you and I were talking before we aired, the great thing about this league and the fun thing is it is so hard. Illinois, Shauna does a great job in what they run. Their sets are a lot of multiple actions. And when you have multiple actions, there's multiple opportunities for you to mess up defensively. And they have a great young team. So it will not be easy, to get that W on Thursday night. But I really believe that our team will try to channel that and strike the balance that's needed. Want to end strong emotionally, hope we get to play again, but there's no guarantees. So if you can keep all three of those emotions, that's what it's going to take to get a win.
Yeah, that is a lot easier said than done, much like playing night after night in this league. Michigan was already your 10th game this year against an AP top 25 team, and I know you'll have more on the schedule, certainly in the postseason as well. Jan Jensen, Iowa head coach. Jan, always great to catch up. Wish you and the team the best of luck, not just this week, but down in Indianapolis and in the NCAA tournament as well.
Well, thank you so much. And just thanks for the great job you do in covering all Big Ten sports, every sport, not just basketball for men and women, but certainly women's basketball. And I'm just honored to be a part of it. God bless and go Hawks.